Well done, team. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good work. Yes, good side step. Excellent. Working forward. Well done. Well done, team. Good. For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, but mahi never stops. Thanks, mate. Okay, team, come on in. Let's go. Let's huddle up. Bring it in, guys. Nominate your homegrown hero today. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Sport. What does it mean to us? For some, it's potential, a promise that we could be better, that the early mornings will be worth it, that we could be champions.
It starts with touch.
This Touch New Zealand event is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse.
Kia ora tātou. Welcome back to the 2023 Youth Touch Nationals. As we got our next game, our fourth live stream game for the day, in the under 16 boys grade, Manawatu versus Otago. In commentary today, I have two superstars, Michael Kavanagh and Corey. Corey, what do you think about this one we got coming up here?
You know me, Maya, I love this grade 16 boys. I've always just got so much energy. And had a look at Otago, seen them down in Christchurch actually, and they've got a couple of good wee strike players here, and Henry, Jeremiah and Harlan, and then Kairos, he's a bit of a mahi man for them too. Over on Manawatu, he's got a mahi man and rider, and a couple of strike boys, Ngāti Crib, I believe he's the son of Cribby, then Tyrese Tane and Hunter Kennedy, and Santino.
Kev, we just had the last round off. We had a bit of a break. We did 3 in a row, and those last 2 games before the break was just absolutely sensational. Counties just taking it to the Whakaata under 18 girls, and then prior to that, North Harbour, Auckland. Best game of the tournament so far for me, and North Harbour coming out on top there as well. How are you feeling about this one coming up?
Yeah, first look at our 16s division for the day, and we're starting off with the boys grade, and if it's anything like yesterday's first game, we're in the 16 boys division that we were able to stream to you, then it should be pretty end-to-end and pretty exciting. And we talked about how open the game was between the two 16 boys teams yesterday, and I'm expecting nothing less than this fixture here between Manawatu and Otago, two provinces in the 16 boys grade that have really developed over the last 5 to 6 years, and been there or thereabouts when it comes to the business end of the tournament.
Sent Bailey out here early, boys, to have a go at Otago straight off the bat. What has he got here? We out ball. So we slip from Ryder. So yeah, Ryder and Bailey look like from early days they're going to work together here. Going for a sweep in the middle, splitting, early feed. Here's Ryder. Outside dive, dot down for Bailey. Well done.
There we see John Dusto awarding the first touchdown. The best in the business here in New Zealand. As you said, bit of a sweep play. Gets his man just on the outside, and unfortunately the Otago defender couldn't quite get to him. 1-0 in the first 20 seconds, what a start.
And Bailey just squared him up well there, didn't he? Got square shoulders on the defender and then just bounced to his outside foot. Slid in for that try. See what Otago can respond with here.
Forward pass off the ruck, I think there, Kev.
Yeah, and those are the disciplinary areas that Otago want to fix up, and only having it very early into this fixture, you know, it's something that in terms of possession that you don't want to give away so easily, and a forward pass off the ruck is easily manageable, and that's just a little 1% error that Otago want to clear up, and hopefully they don't give too many more away to allow Manawatu to attack their scoreline.
Tyrese and Santino coming out now, having a go on the attack. There's Santino Sorry, tray out of half, long ball right to left. Oh, well recovered, and nice check back inside too, but great defence from Otago. Good covering on the inside. Good slide D, boys.
There's definitely some dominance in Otago's game as a province. Their work rate in terms of off the ball, we can see that the winger chased out really well there, and then as he turns back in, his link was recovering to give that second effort to get across and help him out for that inside pass, and was able to put pressure on the Manawatu attacking line and ball to ground, and Otago get an opportunity to ruck out from their own half.
That deep south blood, mate. Farmers, they know how to work hard down there, no matter the weather.
As we see a midfield scoop looking to go open side, trying to get on the outside of his defending middle, but they managed to stop the attack, and they'll have to ruck from the right hand side of the field to get to their box, which is across on the left. And for those of you that just joining us, we have Manawatu running on your screen from left to right, and Otago in the blue and gold running from right to left.
Good pressure from Otago there to shut them off. They couldn't bust out of the box because that middle pushed up nice and high. Coming down through the middle now. Manawatu setting up the midfield. 3-3 scoop here. It's the same boy, I think. Yep. There's Bailey again out of half. Steps back short side. Misses the middle. Hits his link out the back. He's going to slice through between the link and the winger there for a great try.
Yeah, just some body shape in terms of when the touch was made, and unfortunately for the Otago player there, he just kind of lost his way, kind of got put in the washing machine, a little bit of inside, outside, and then just a little bit of a ball fake, and the winger was up, but in a little bit of no man's land there, and Manawatu were able to cross for their second touchdown of the half.
Yeah, nice finish from Santino. Tigers want to come and have a good strike here, and they want to stay with this game with Manawatu.
Looking to centralise their attack. Sweeper comes around on the backdoor play, looking for a step back, lifting off the line there. Very well was Croswell, and Otago weren't able to produce anything from that strike, as they'll get back to the middle of the field to go again, looking for a 33 peel this time. Bit of an open play, potentially looking for a little bit of second phase play. We've seen a little bit of that today, and it's pleasing to see the change up in some of the grades of trying to execute that second man play.
We're away here, Cavs, down the sideline for another sneaky play. It's the second of the day.
Sixth of the tournament, I'm telling you. Do you play this up in Auckland, Cav? Because every team's done this.
Oh, mate, Riders just streaked down the sideline there. The only guy I could put that down to is Ray Brunston. He's the first guy I see ever come up with this. Chico Doyle was usually passed from Buddha Doyle himself. Now it's just been adopted as one of those plays. If you have a lapse on that winger, they're going to punish you. That's just what Riders done there for Manawatu.
It's one of those coach killers in a way that, you don't want your winger to be caught looking in, and unfortunately for the Otago group there, he just got caught a little bit out of position, and I guess you lose a little bit of vision of what's happening on the sideline to the sub box, and just having that sneaky one there to get that little pass away, that extra check, he was able to streak out a good 40 metres and cross for Manawatu's third.
Just a bit of insight to put this into perspective, boys. So we seen that Canterbury red team play yesterday. So I'll just go for a wee nice defence there. Yes, we see this Canterbury team play yesterday in the 16s. This Otago team actually beat them in a drop-off of Tiwai Pounamu. We've seen how good Canterbury were yesterday. This Manawatu team is really putting it to Otago at the moment.
Yeah, Manawatu got a real good crop of touch players. I watched the 18 girls, and they're dominating as well. So there's obviously been a lot of work done in the past years, and now that cohort of touch players are coming through and getting some really good results at these national tournaments.
We see a nice little link play.
It's Bailey again sliding in. So he set up two, and now he scored one for himself. Sharp wee player. Reminds me of a Maraki Aomoa from Manawatu a few years ago in this grade. Just short side quickie on his link. Yeah, beats him easily to the outside, dives in, slides that one in. Beautiful try.
Yeah, and great dummy half work there. He managed to step forward of the ruck, ensured that there was no forward pass, and it gave Bailey every opportunity there to get closer to the line to execute his dive, and as an outcome, Manawatu take a 4-0 lead, and we're not even halfway through this first half.
Blake Hislop feeds off. They're really trying to pound away at this middle of Manawatu, so maybe just a wee change up. Yeah, the defence is really nice, good shape. We've seen last two games we've had great defence from both teams.
Hey, that's all right.
Yeah, we talk about in terms of when it comes to defence sometimes the pressure that can be put on, and I just think the confidence that the Manawatu group are are playing with down on the scoreline. They're not afraid to get in the faces of this Otago team, and it's shutting down the time they have to make a decision when they're attacking the scoreline. Is in reflection, we see Manawatu again with that little outplay to the link on the open side, and just too much speed there for number 13, Santino, and he takes another try scoring tally to his list.
He just slices through here. Nice out ball. Winger had to make a call. He decided to stay off his winger. Maybe if he could just come in and actually force that pass, maybe a try, but maybe a drop ball. But go back again. Just 1, 2, and 3 was awesome. I seen Hunter on that same set where they scored off the back off. He snuck off the sideline too, and he was sort of given a bit of a clap. He could have been away earlier then, but guys just busted on. He sliced through for another try from Manawatu to take us 5-0 against Otago.
Getting to the halfway mark of this first half here in the Manawatu and Otago 16 boys fixture, and we see a nice right to left. Just the winger wasn't able to pull that one in, and we see a little bit more in terms of our crowd out the back for this one, and it's just amazing to see the facilities and the grounds that these kids get to play on, and that's a real reward from the Christchurch City Council, who have got these grounds up to scratch to allow the youth nationals to be played here at Ngā And while we talked about it earlier, but how good is the atmosphere that's been around the place over the last 2 days?
Yeah, today definitely a lot more than yesterday, and I went through Tent City where all the teams are in their gazebos, and it was quite weird to see that. Back in the days, I used to see teams doing that on the line game where you touch the ball and run backwards and someone try and step you between the two shoes, whereas now I think they're just swapping Twitter numbers, or I don't know. I'm 305 years old, so I don't even have social media. Everywhere. Can't spell it, don't have it, so yeah, it was quite different to see the dynamics in terms of how the players are interacting. But then we got the donut store. I don't know why I know where that one is, but we got the food that's happening over there by the Touch 360 warm up. So it's a really cool atmosphere in this amazing venue where all the players that get to play against each other on the field and then come off and interact in those ways.
Yeah, Manawatu working down the sideline here. Nice early ball, good recovery from the winger there to pick that ball up out of half. He'd lost his footing, but he's done real well to pick that up. We've come out to a middle, have we? Yep, out ball to the link. He's just going to burn him here one-on-one. Bit of footwork on him, draw a pass. Great cut from, I think that was number 16, is it, boys? Number 16, Case Williams. Love the way he just watched that defender, and as soon as that defender had a bite on his attacking player, you see the replay here. He's watching too, gives a bit of footwork, there you go, there's the bite, and he's picked that up real well. Perfect time to cut, score that try. Well done, young fella. Whānau back home will be real proud of that one.
Yeah, every time I look at the scoreboard, I'm like, oh, really? Is that what the score is? 6-0. It's Manawatu have been that much more dominant, and I don't think really they have. I think that the yards are relatively similar. I just think it's a bit of polish and a lot more accuracy on the end of their sets to ensure that when they're attacking, they finish it with a try as opposed to a turnover. Much better work there from Otago. Didn't quite get there in time. There's referee John Duster asking the winger if he made the touch.
I think these Manawatu boys aren't letting this opportunity go. They're not wasting a good crowd, that's for sure.
33 peeled down the lane, faked, looked to go back open side, looking to get the ball through the hands, a little bit of hot potato, and it's still getting through the hands, and a great over the top pass, and that's the winger for Otago, Cooper Ollerenshaw, and he's able to cross for Otago's first, and going into the last 5 minutes of the half, that's what Otago needed.
It's actually quite surprising when you have to sit here and watch game after game after game how many tries come from absolute random, just ad-lib, do what's in front of you type setups.
Henry Smale might be looking for an NFL contract with that quarterback-like throw out of the hands. That was a beauty.
Yeah, Otago taking their opportunity there to bring this scoreline back to 6 touchdowns to 1 as we go into the last 5 minutes of the first half here in the under 16 boys grade.
Timana trying to copy what Bailey was doing earlier. That's good. They've got two boys that can do the same sorts of plays, so that's going to keep everyone on their toes through the tournament. Big long right to left, intercept coming. Unlucky young fella, back to 1. Worth a crack though, boys, you think? 6-1. Have a go at an intercept, 3.5 minutes to go at half time.
Always time for an intercept. Just going back to what I said earlier around the polish, I think what I mean by that is Manawatu are really purposeful about where they set up and who they set it on and where they are getting their ball in down on the attacking line, whereas I think sometimes Otago are running through a move and not really probably getting to the spots they want to manipulate the defenders they need to.
Yeah, I guess it comes down to the who for what and the where for why, and Manawatu just seems to have
That sounds like a cat in the hat.
How good's that? A who for what, a where for why.
And I think it's the accuracy that the Manawatu team are performing with when they're thinking about those scoreline opportunities is probably why they're out to that 6-for-1, where Otago just look a little bit flustered or a little bit cluttered when they're getting into their opportunities. And if they can play off just a little bit more expansiveness and maybe a little bit more purpose, then potentially we might see a little bit of a difference in the scoreboard.
Defense from Otago here, they've locked in nice and tight now, so see if they can hold another one out here.
Looking to create something on the last, but Otago pressed forward, able to shut down the time. Manawatu had to set something up for a fifth touch flourish, and they're able to ruck out, showing some good hands, but just the ball creeping away from the winger there, and Manawatu will get an opportunity to start their set from halfway.
Yeah, just unfortunate. There was a good 2 minutes, the last 2 minutes from Otago. First of all, they scored, then they defended out one of the sets from Manawatu and just couldn't quite be accurate. But they got the ball back here, just on halfway. That's our first touch there. So hopefully they can get another one here and go 6-2, just in short of a minute and a half left in this first half.
I'd like to see Henry and Jeremiah come out and have a crack. Got Harlan, he's got a bit of a strike on him, not we've seen, so we'll see what he's going to set up. Long ball coming, yeah, just holds the ball up nicely. I think you're right, Cabs, if he looks the second phase off the back of that.
Yeah, we saw some success in the previous two games where the second phase play was used, and tries were scored as the outcome of it, and it's potentially just the greater distance now with the 7 metre that, you know, that pass off the deck, the defensive players are still retreating back to the scoreline, and unfortunately for Manawatu there, they tried another little sneaky one down the sideline, but like Maya said, I think it was in the last game, the player was already in the sub-box when he went to receive that pass.
Yeah, the second phase, just going back to that, back when I first started reffing, it seemed to be the natural thing to do. If you were caught, you would go straight, boom, down into second phase play, whereas now it almost seems like it doesn't happen unless it's part of the move.
I feel like in the kids' grades as well, when they're attacking, it's probably a habit that they've learnt over the years, and they'll just strike on touch 5 and they'll come out of half. But if they sort of worry about more where they are on the field as opposed to the touch count, come out of half early, and then that will bring that option of second phase, as we see a nice long left to right ball, but picked up well by the winger. He's quickly snuffed down by that boy. He looked real quick.
The winger always either was offside or left early when they caught an intercept, and I was the controlling ref because there was zero chance I was chasing. Last 15 seconds of this first half, where Manawatu have been very accurate, very dominant, and here they've got 10 seconds. They need to probably go one touch. They need to get something going off the end of this first touch, or they probably won't have enough time to get two, will they? We just see here setting up. Hopefully the hooter doesn't go. Someone in the hooter box must know they want to set up. Number 2 here from Manawatu, just got a back claw. Again, that's that ad-lib, nothing on. It's almost like it's a plan, nothing. Great finish there from Manawatu. Number 13, Santino scores to take Manawatu to 7-1 at the end of the first half.
Well done, team. Keep it going. Keep it going. Good work. Yes, good side step. Excellent. Working forward. Well done. Well done, team. Good. For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, but Mahi never stops. Thanks, mate. Okay, team, come on in. Let's go. Let's huddle up. Bring it in, guys. Nominate your homegrown hero today. 1, 2, 3, 3.
Sport. What does it mean to us? For some, it's potential, a promise that we could be better, that the early mornings will be worth it, that we could be champions.
starts with touch.
Welcome back, finally. We're just in the halftime break of the Manawatu under-16 boys playing the Otago 16 boys here, where Manawatu have a 7-1 lead. Cav, if you're in the Otago box with your coach hat on, what would you be telling the Otago boys coming out to the second half?
Well, I think something that's really pleasing is just their efforts when they are on that scoreline, that they aren't giving up and they're chasing everything that comes into the try line. It's probably more just their attacking end where they're letting themselves down and giving away a few turnovers and probably not being as precise or accurate as the Manawatu group have been when they've had their opportunities on the 7 metre zone. So it's just about making sure that they can capitalise on those opportunities when they are down there. But as we see some of these try lights, also thinking about the Otago group is probably just closing space a little bit. They're probably a little bit too disbalanced on that scoreline defensively, and that's probably what's creating a few of those gaps for the Manawatu team to capitalise on.
I think we got lost in translation.
I thought the Otago boys had a probably good end to that half. Scored a touchdown, held out a few. Looked like they're a little bit better in the first half. Thoughts?
Yeah, the second half of their first half was a lot better. The defence really tightened up a bit. I think they saw how dangerous Manawatu was. They started off well here. Pop off an extra set. Yeah, the second part of this stanza was pretty strong, but they're going to need Henry and Jeremiah to get on the ball a bit more and really run away. The problem they're going to have is Manawatu's, they've got a 6-point buffer here. They'll be happy, they'll be relaxed, and there's nothing more dangerous than a young fella playing a game of touch footy when he's happy.
Nico and Jeremiah there just working together to try and come up with something. Unfortunately, just weren't all on the same page.
I'd just like to see some urgency from this Otago team when they're attacking the scoreline. It seems like the person that's picking up the ball has kind of the intent, but there's no real kind of off-the-ball urgency to create or want that pass to really hit a hole. So if they can get a little bit more urgent, then I think some holes will open up, and then they'll be able to sort some outcome off the back end of it. As we see the Manawatu group looking for a 32 peel, looking back short side, a collapse from the defensive link there, and it gives a 2-on-1 opportunity, and Manawatu will open the scoring for the second half.
Santana's played well today, and I actually thought he's coming down the sideline a bit earlier, I thought he'd probably bug that up a little bit, but it's worked out fine for Manawatu because I've just blasted out of the box, put it through the hands, and a great finish for their winger out there, Manaya Rudolph.
Understanding these defensive lapses that's occurring within the Otago defensive line, it's making me wonder what the communication strategies out there are. In defence, you know, it comes down to the comms that are being relayed through the line, and at the moment there's just a bit of a breakdown. So potentially if they can lift their voice as they look to dive under there, and that's something that Otago would have been looking for. Talk us through this one, Maya.
Yeah, Harlan Puna, just an individual effort really, as we see. Nothing really on. Nice and slow holding, getting that defender up, that number one from Manawatu, Harlan coming in, stepping back inside and just getting under him. Great honesty there by number 1-2, Ryder from Manawatu. I'm probably sure he touched it, but he said I didn't get him early enough.
Good honesty. I think Vaitupu will be happy with that. Harlan's been using the ball a lot, sending sweepers around him and being a bit of a ball player. Tupu's probably told him just to get out there and go direct, son, and have a crack at it, and that's exactly what he's done to put Otago on the board again. Watch out for this boy though, he's real dangerous. Starting to have fun now, aren't they, Manawatu?
Yeah, they're using that kind of stop and go tactic, and it's really holding up the Otago defence a little bit. If they can create a little bit more confidence and going positively forward towards the ball, then they'll close down that space and time for Manawatu to get on the outside, and there shouldn't be that much of an opportunity off the back end.
Jeremiah at a half, right to left. Great long ball. Yeah, good defence though from Manawatu. Snuffed that one out well. That was a great set from Otago. That was looking really good.
You see in the background, Kribby just giving some instructions to his Manawatu team, a very experienced coach and someone that I've had a little bit to do with over the past few years when it's come to the youth programs, whether it be in the coaching world or selection. So he'll have this Manawatu team pretty well drilled, and I think we can see that as a reflection on the scoreboard at the moment.
I hear Kai Mahi Reese might be putting on a bit of a kai for the Manawatu boys tonight. I wonder if Kribby's used that as a bit of an enticing carrot to get the boys running hard out here today.
Otago just working away off their line on another short side play.
A few no's thrown from the sub box there, maybe a bit of frustration of the ball going to ground, but hey, Manawatu have pulled a swifty on the Otago group with one of those plays themselves. So Otago were looking to just get the leveller back, and potentially if the ball went to hand, that could have happened. Maybe a lapse in concentration there for the Manawatu team as he saw that NFL pass in the first half from Otago and try to give one himself.
Yeah, a bit of a tricky wind here on field too. Some of those gusts come up every now and then, and it just can even knock the ball out of your hand, it seems like. Otago here with a real good opportunity. 3 more touches here on the line to set something up, and I think this is the important part of whether they're going to score or not, the setup.
Sweep for quarterback. Good defence from Manawatu. They're not panicking, they're just staying all locked in, nice and tight. Someone's coming out strong on the point. Not panicking. Great defence, good shut down on the last touch there.
Yeah, I think it was Umaya that said in the first half it looked like Otago was kind of, when it came to the scoreline, just running through the motion a little bit, and I think that's the perfect example that we can see there, is that when the sweeper came back, he'd already engaged to kind of release back to that open side, which didn't really engage the defensive unit to make a decision. And I think if they can kind of manipulate the shoulders a little bit more of the defensive line, then those opportunities will work. As we see an intercept snapped out of the air here. Tremendous race.
What a tremendous chase there by Hunter Kennedy. It's only touch 2 for Otago now though, so good opportunity to get down there. Yeah, here we go, they bring their strike player on, Jeremiah again. I'd like to see Jeremiah just go direct again. Just do what works well for you the first one, have another crack at it. Shifting it over to Jackson Boyd. A little lapse of concentration there from Jeremiah, lucky son.
Yep, the wind works both ways, I'm guessing. This field is pretty tricky.
See those Essex flags, they go mad over them.
The Sale GP teams would be happy to have this much wind. And here we have number 7 from Manawatu, good yards. The Manawatu yards has been fantastic up that sideline to the point where I think they might have been ripped off a little bit sometimes with the Otago defenders not getting all 7 metres back.
Bit of passive out the back, was it? So it's great footwork. He's got a bit of everything, hasn't he, old Santino? He's got a bit of a jig and a jag and a dive and a dance. He's playing real good. I can actually figure out what position he is, whether he's a winger. I'm pretty sure he's on 3 tries, or he's a link. Oh, there you go. Slotting up to the link position in this half. Good defence from Manawatu, pushing up strong. Give a ruck penalty. Best one we can get, eh, Maya? Take that 10 metres and tap it again.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the penalty coming forward 10 metres from where it used to be?
I love that call, mate. I love it. Teach the girls, if someone runs through your ruck and you hear the whistle, pick it up and run as far as you can. When that ref gives you the mark, tap and go. Got Harlan back out there now. Harlan's been quite a good ball operator. Good set up here. It's Harlan got. It's gone direct. Just short of the line, I think. So fresh set here for Otago. Manawatu's not panicking though. Nice strong point out there. He's pulled his corner. Everyone's locked in. Good strike. Great strike.
Yeah, great lift from the link there defensively. Allowed his middle opportunity to recover and just close down space, and unfortunately for Otago, just probably split straight into it as again lifts up off the line and gets the reward again.
Santino's played so good. He's been my man of the match so far in attack and defence, so he's got a little bit of everything. He looks like he's hurting a little bit there in the lungs, so hopefully he can defend this one out and work his way off for a well-earned break. Oh, nice tip. There's a bit of a roll onto the back. Don't know if he actually managed to roll fully around.
I tend to find, Kev, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of the times Otago, when they're doing something, they end up being square in front of the defender as opposed to being in a lane where they make it a defender make a choice.
This is replay here. Let's see what happens here. Great hands. Oh! That's a 50-50, that one. He almost surprised himself, didn't he, the wee fella?
I think he wanted it. The look on his eyes was, hey, I got that, but he made the referee have to question it. But as we saw, the touch was made.
On him. He's Bailey again. Smooth hands from Bailey. He's played really well as well as Santino. Bailey, he's had some soft touch hands on him. He's got a great dive on him. So he's a well-balanced player, this one. Nice wee dummy, short soft hands. Great line though. Great line, a great set of yellow Asic boots there on the fella for school. Number 1, Ryder Croswell.
9-2, 6 minutes to go. You see John Dusto again starting first half. Great effort by the referees. You don't talk about them, it's because they're doing their job. Very few penalties on the scoreline for offside. Again, keeping those teams nice and wide apart so they can play and we can watch them. Number 9, Jeremiah coming in, second phase play. What's the ref going to go with? Ball to ground.
He gave it a go though, didn't he? He got quite close to the line, but he gave it a go for a second phase. What's that score here? 9-3, I believe. It's just 9-2, sorry. So yeah, worth rolling the dice on that.
I initially thought he knocked the ball out, that Manawatu defender, but he didn't. He just touched the dummy half. So good call there from John Dusto.
Yeah, just a bit too close to the scoreline there. Otago had the right intentions, but unfortunately it was within the wingspan of the Manawatu defence, and they were able to reach forward and quickly shut down that attacking play for Otago on the scoreline. But excuse me, they'll get another chance coming towards their box.
Good lift from the Manawatu team there. Buddy coming up, that's 2. Putting good pressure on. It's 3 before half. Otago will still be happy coming out of the box. They get a bit of flow here, they'll be good. Good defence though from Manawatu.
He just couldn't control the ruck there as he was coming in. Did well to get to the side of the body, but unfortunately for him, the ball just slipped out of his hand and wasn't able to hold control as he got it to the ground. But we've noticed just over the last maybe 3 to 4 minutes a bit of rolling in terms of tit for tat when it's come to errors or penalties, and just struggling to get through their sets for both teams. So something they want to clear up to finish the end of this second half in terms of moving forward within this tournament.
Otago come driving into the 7. 3-3 platform. Still setting it up, he wants one more. I think our strike's going to come here from Kairangi Koni. Open side. To the side of the leg, not under. No haka stance on that one.
Yeah, nothing gets past Dusto. Great experience in terms of when it comes to the top end of refereeing, and once again not strong enough in the ruck, and I really appreciate that call. Sometimes I think we're treated a little bit preciously at times, and it's our responsibility to make sure we control that ball. So, well done.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's like the NBA where you can't play defence because everything's a foul. But yeah, come in, wasn't strong enough. He had the ball in 2 hands and it still came out. The defence didn't attack the arms or the ball. It wasn't overly hard touch. So, great call by the referee.
Maya, does that mean when you refer to the NBA that it depends on what players go into the hoop to get fouled? Is the same in the touch realm?
I think I'm here to commentate touch, not NBA, so I'll just stick to that. It's a hard enough gig. You got me flabbergasted there, Kev.
Oh, here we go. Swept around to the link spot. Oh, what a twist and turn. Dive that in. How's this? Like pirouette on the spot. He dives into the corner for this try. I think here we go here. That's the link down, splits inside. Bit of a grab there. Sweeping from the middle to the outside. Good check off. Oh, well done. Is that Bailey Nato crib again?
He nearly scored the try over the sideline there. Sweet play. Gets on the outside. Draw and pass. Oh, body contortion.
That's like one of those Magic Mike dance moves.
Jack Greaves showing that he's a bit of a b-boy out there on the wing, and he did well to be able to work in that space. And I think I said it in the girls game, just the limited room that some of these players have had to move, and to be able to create something out of nothing's just been amazing over the course of the 2 days that have been so far.
Referees coming together here.
at that shot. I'm flabbergasted about these boots. It's acid colours that they're bringing out. We got baby blue, bright orange. There we go, sweeping around from the middle. We dig in between the two middles there. There we go. Get online. I think the touch code is TouchNZ to chuck in your discount code to get yourself a pair of those baby blue beauties.
Kev doesn't need to get online, all his are sponsored, so you can't get cheaper than free.
We might jump in his bag after this, will we, Mai?
You must be signing those contracts, Maya, because there's something that I haven't seen, mate. But as we get back to the action, Otago with a bit of an inside right foot, and was able to kind of lift his body above the arm of the Manawatu defender and then get the ball to the ground.
Michael Woodhouse, was it? Michael Woodhouse drives in, splits well, gets the early ball back, just a big jam off his right foot, dives over, contortionist. Great try from Michael Woodhouse.
And that's definitely the benefit of being able to get that ball down on the 7. It makes it so much harder for those defenders to be able to get back, and especially when you've got them in a lateral movement, when they're coming across the line, that distance that they have to cover now is so much tougher. As we see a bit of a plus and follow play there in the middle. Otago were able to close space quite nicely there, and a bit of a moon boot in the sub box there. We wish him well, whoever may have rolled their ankle.
Cavs, I think Manawatu Boys have deserved their Kai that Kai Mahi Reese is going to be making for them tonight, mate. Cribby and the boys, you enjoy that, Kai.
Just got into the last 10 seconds of the game, lads. Manawatu score almost on the hooter to go 11-3 up. Very, very dominant performance by Manawatu in that first half, which got them out to a really big lead. And I wouldn't say the game lost its shape, but it sort of went a little bit flat there in the second half, but they did enough to ensure that they won the second half as well, ultimately being our winners for this game against the Otago 16s.
This Touch New Zealand event is proudly supported by Bunnings Warehouse.